What is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've got a bit of a story time for today's video, so if you want to sit down and watch this one, grab yourself a beverage and listen to everything that's been happening over the last couple of days with me and this story. So over the past few days I've decided that I kind of want to get a new sampler for the lineup, but I don't want to go down the SP route again because if I'm being completely honest, I'm kind of getting a bit bored of talking about SP devices at this point. I've been banging on about them for over 4 years now on this YouTube channel, offering up tips and tricks and sharing beats, etc. So I really feel like I need a change of scene and I wanted to branch out and get something a bit different. So over the past few days, as I've mentioned, I've been looking to pick up one of a couple of samplers which I have my eye on. They're relatively low budget, but from what I can tell, they're going to give a really good sound, probably similar to the 202. Thanks to the different sample grades that these guys have. Now I don't want to give too much away because I'm actually still considering buying one of these, and I don't really want to share too much information because I want this to still be a bit of a surprise for the channel. So I basically was choosing between two, and yesterday morning I decided to just randomly have a look on Facebook Marketplace to see if anywhere was selling them in my country, here in the UK. And coincidentally, and I couldn't believe this, there was one for sale in my local town, and it was from a used electronics shop. And I thought, well, that gives it a bit more legitimacy as well. If something goes wrong with it, hopefully I can take it back, etc, etc. So I messaged the guy, he said it was still available. I walked down and got it, and he showed me it working, it was all working fine. Brought it back, started having a play around with it. I actually found that it had some samples on it, which was amazing. I've actually saved those to my SP404 Mark II, so I am actually going to flip those and make a sample, which will be another video. Deleted those because there was no internal memory left, there was no memory card with it, and started recording in my own stuff. It was all working fine. There was a few little issues I was having. The jog wheel that was on the side of it was a bit sticky, but it was still working. And a couple of times when I turned it off and on, there was a few weird things happening with the screen, but nothing too bad. Nothing I couldn't deal with. I would turn it off and on and it would come on fine again. So it was an old piece of gear, and I expect it's going to have a few quirks like that. Anyway, I started sitting down and trying to record a video about this new piece of gear, which I'm super excited about. And I'm having to do it a couple of times because as I'm filming the video, there's certain things which I wasn't expecting to happen just because I didn't really know how to use the device that well. So then I sat down, had a little go of it, and then re-recorded the video. And during the video, and I'll put the clip in here, you will see that the machine just completely died. So it gave up on the first day of having it. I'd probably only been running it about a total of, I'd say, an hour, and the thing just completely packed in. I ran down to my local shop and picked up some batteries to see if that would work, but exactly the same thing, it was just completely dead. So I messaged the guy and said, look, I've just started using this, it's died, it's completely finished basically, can I get a refund for it? And he was very kind and said like, yeah, just bring it down, I'll have a look at it and do a few tests. So this morning I went down and showed him exactly what had happened. Basically there was no power left in it anymore. He had a massive fiddle with it. He had a couple of smells of it, which was a bit weird, but I think maybe he was checking to see if it had burnt out. And I only used the adapter that he'd provided as well, so there was no weirdness going on there. And luckily he completely sympathised with me and said, yeah, that's fair enough, this has completely given up the ghost and it's dead, so I'll give you your money back. And as he said this, he literally tossed the thing over his shoulder and said, that's going in the scrap pile. I was kind of annoyed about that because if I knew he was going to do that, I probably would have said, well, I'll give you 30 quid and I'll maybe see if I can get it fixed or something like that. But anyway, it crashed onto the floor, God knows what condition it's in now. I got my money back, which is the main thing, and that's great. So now I'm back looking for the same device again. Loads of you on my social channels have already guessed what it was, which I had. But the reason I'm going to look for the same one is because honestly guys, the sound of this thing is amazing, and I think you're really going to love it when I show you what it can do. And there is also another piece of gear which I've got my eye on as well, which I may try and add to the channel at some point, but I mean, all of these things that I'm buying for the channel, I have to fund myself at the moment. The only thing I've ever got as a free was the Mark II from Roland, which was obviously amazing, but everything else that I've ever used on the channel or you see me use, including the camera, the microphones, everything I've bought myself, so I can't really be going out and just buying new gear all the time for the channel. But these low budget ones, hopefully I can kind of fit them into the budget of running this channel and making investments to get more views, etc. So yeah, there's hopefully going to be a new sampler dropping in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, I was hoping it was going to be yesterday, and then today I would have just been playing around with it and making beats and doing more video content for it. But there's going to be a bit of a delay now. And like I mentioned, this has just kind of scuppered things a little bit this week because I picked that up yesterday, Monday, first day of the week, and I was like super excited thinking, I'm so glad I've bought something different for the channel, and I was just full of enthusiasm for the channel again. I'm really looking forward to pushing things forward, and for it just to break in the first hour of using it, yeah, it was just really disappointing. So I am sat here a little bit twiddling my thumbs thinking, I don't really just want to go back to the normal gear again, just churning out videos about that. So yeah, I'm just putting out this little video to kind of explain what's happened, why there hasn't really been a proper release yet this week. There will be later down the week, but I may have to wait a little bit for the shipment of a new one. The only ones I can really find now, there's one in the UK, which I've messaged someone about because I want to make sure there's a return and refund policy on it based on what happened with the last one. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. If that's not a goer, I am going to have to import from Japan. Now, I have done this before with my SP202 and my 303, and both of those were absolutely immaculate and they're still working to this day. So I'm not too against the idea of doing that again, but it's just a bit of a hassle if something does go wrong. They do offer free shipping and free return, so that is a good indication. And these units from Japan always look in incredible condition. So I'm weighing up my options at the moment. It's really unfortunate that I couldn't get this new sampler going on the channel this week, but I'm glad it kind of broke straight away, because it would have been really frustrating if a couple of weeks down the line it broke and then I couldn't probably have got a refund for it. So in a way it's good news that it did just give up straight away and I could get my money back. But obviously in a way, yeah, it's been a bit of bad news and I haven't been able to progress things like I wanted to this week. So I just want to say thanks to everyone over the last couple of months for being subscribers, members, liking my videos, commenting, follow me on Instagram, anything that you do to support the channel, especially those people that are buying stuff from the store as well. I really, really do appreciate it, and that is keeping this channel going at the moment. Over the next couple of months, I'm hoping to have some new items in the shop as well. I've been messaging a lot of people over the past couple of weeks because I'm really trying to get things moving properly with this channel. So watch out for updates about that. Some of the products that I'm hopefully getting, I'm really excited about and I use myself, so that should be really good. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that story, guys. A bit disappointing that I can't show you this new sampler yet, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks there's going to be a new sampler on the table and it's going to be a bit different, so really exciting times for the channel. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit subscribe for more lo-fi content and stick a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I'd appreciate that. I'll be back with more content soon, guys. Keep making beats. Peace.